We got ourselves team one together with Alpharus. Alrighty, on his death knight for a team one. We got Dally in the back as an assassination rogue sensei, waiting to go as a windwalker. We got Word of Death in the back as a shadow, and we got ourselves Chicago ready to go versus team one. We got ourselves team two. We got Ben on that team. We got ourselves C-Mark the boy. We got DJ Flex on the back. Looks like Gaga Dagger gonna be first up. Trying to see if we can get some Gaga Daggers over into the Alpharus. Big old grippy hand up. Evasion for the rogue. And his Cloak of Shadows as well. Just trying to cover all of his defenses. Quick stun by Alpharus, force it out, trick it out of the rogue with the trinket out of the blind as the pet is going to be just going absolutely crazy onto the dagger. He's going for that gouge on Alpharus, trying to see if he can maybe control the death knight, but the pet is continue to just unleash the card. It's going to be the army dead. Join him. Alpharus, IBF to make sure you're safe because the killer shot going to be dagger, just absolutely getting blasted out by all these pets. Quick vanish for the rogue. Does he have dots? Quick disarm onto Alpharus, trying to see if he can stay in. Can he hang in there, or is he going to get mauled down by the army of the undead? Looks like the army at the very last second fell apart. Alpharus could be going down. Actually, wait a second. Oh my god. Stayed hyper aggressive, allowed the rogue to regain an evasion and utilize that towards the very end at the very last second. You can't even death strike off the rogue. You can't do nothing. The only thing maybe the death they could have done potentially is maybe hope for the stun to return fast enough and then get him down. That was a close duel, man. That was a close one. Gaga Daga. I'm gonna have to give you a name. I like Daga because it sounds like dagger. Gonna be a flesh cut out of Word, trying to see if it can maybe land that Shadow Word Death on him. I like that Word of Death name. Stun onto Daga, might be able to go for a Shadow Word Death right here. Quick execute blind, but it's gonna break with a Shadow Word Death. Oh, that's so perfect. The man didn't try for that Shadow Word Death in order to give himself that the splashback damage. But it just happened because he was going for Shadow Word Death anyway, just to do some damage. I like that. That's so awesome. That was perfect. DJ tried to see if he can land some traps around the corner. Stun onto Word of Death immediately. Flame shot. It's going to be going for the dot full gameplay with him. Kill shots around the corner. Going for the full bleed aspect of his survival hunter. Word of Death trying to see if he can get some line of sight of DJ. But the man is just hiding behind the pillar perfectly. Word of Death out in the open. He just might have to pop a defensive. Trying to see if maybe the Vampiric Embrace may be enough in order to keep him alive. Got himself the Shadow spawning in, actually getting some decent damage on DJ Flex, force it out of stun and trick it out of him. Word of Death, not a lot of health real left. Definitely needs to go for a bit of recovery. If DJ has a kill shot around the corner, this could be very deadly for Word of Death. Definitely needs to put some dots on the pet as well. That's going to give him damage, healing, and a bit of resources too. It looks like DJ is going to be pulling the pet back. Looks like Word of Death actually has some substantial damage behind him. The nerf to the Feigned Death, legendary of survival hunters, I think also maybe playing into some of the top spots for DJ because he's going for full self-healing. Looks like Word of Death is going to have to back up out. I honestly think Word of Death should just keep the pet low, but not completely dead. Flex, try to go for a stun. Using that line of sight, just a little bit of pixel line of sight, just to get some damage to the Word of Death. Looks like he's looking to push in, swinging around the corner. Maybe it could be Word of Death with a quick fear. Try to see if he can get himself a second pet versus DJ, and that's going to be PI. Everything has disperse in case he needs to main to use disperse. Super low in health. May actually have to pop a defensive. There goes the disperse. He's going to be able to regain some of that health as DJ jumps into a turtle shell using that immunity. Both of them are kind of low. Actually, Word of Death is the one low. DJ's kind of out of options. But Word of Death at least got a little bit of healing. Next stun could be really deadly for either one of them because Word of Death actually has quite a bit of damage behind it. Flesh cut in order to try to keep himself alive. DJ not even pushing in. He's just willing to punch it, that shield from a distance. Not going to be closing the gap at all. Word of Death is very, very low in health. Has a greater fade. Could potentially go for a little bit of CC, which DJ like with a fear. Greater fade is being used. Might be able to go for a little bit of self-healing. Trying to get some dots on the survival hunter who goes for the kill shot. That's going to be Shadow heal. Can he potentially get himself into survivability? I think it's over. Oh my goodness. He had him so close. I was thinking for a second, like he's walking at him. I was thinking maybe he's trying to set something up. And then he's just standing next to him, trying to go for a self-heal. I'm like, maybe he's going to be able to pull it off. It doesn't look like he has so much confidence and then just ticked out at the end, which is super unfortunate. Dally is going to get dotted up. Hunter's marked pretty early on. I think ate a steel trap right before. he was able to truly engage DJ, so DJ had his bases covered ahead of time. Dalaran just taking so much damage. Smoke bomb, that's not gonna stop you. That pet is on you, the dots are running you away. Cheat death, but couldn't cheat. DJ flex with Sensei charging out next, trying to see if he might be able to get himself a setup versus DJ. Does get himself a freebie BDB proc as he goes in for a heal versus DJ. Fist of Fury locking him down for a second. Freezing Trap does catch him in the army of the images. That's going to be trinket out of Sensei, committing some damage. DJ trying to see if he can back out of there using Steel Trap, but trying to separate from Sensei, harpooning just to keep him in place for a second. Sensei trying to see if he can cut off the exit of DJ with that Ring of Peace, but couldn't quite do it fast enough. And DJ is still, oh my god, there's so much damage in the last kick. Jesus Christ. Sensei just baked up everything into that final kick. Oh my goodness. That was so good. Gonna be Scarlet up next. The Frosty Mage got himself a Nova onto Sensei, playing with a pet, so he does have a bit more control with random routes that you can use from a distance. Ring of Peace, as it's going to be a poly onto Sensei. Deathborn for Scarlet. Perfect opportunity for him to get some damage. It's going to be a quick re-poly onto Sensei. I think it's going to be DR completed with a freeze. That's actually, he's still going to get CC'd either way. I'm actually very, very surprised. I guess maybe it was like quarter DR at that point. Potentially, this is what Scarlet has himself Deathborn active, trying to maximize the damage. He has 15% more damage while Deathborn is active, but every single Frostbolt is going to ramp the damage up by 1% per Frostbolt hit. So if he can land some roots onto Sensei, keep him in place out in the open, and get some Frostbolts out, he may be able to get some decent damage off it. Try to go for as much CC as he can. Frostbolts are flying, but only can get one at a time here, and Scarlet looks like a lot of his Deathborn does go out of the window, but still has himself those Deathborn images just a little over there. They're gonna get some Frostbolts of their own. I wonder if the images Frostbolts could potentially, I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but what if it changes so that the images Frostbolts could also stack up your Deathborn? I think that would help out mages for PvP quite a bit. Gonna be a big damage. Oh my god, Sensei with our Karma, reverse the setup, got a huge amount of procs, I think with a big old BDB, and then another deadly kick into Scarlet without even, I think actually might have interrupted him on Frost, locking him out of ice blocks, and just basically gave him no opportunity to get a play. Gonna be Sensei immediately trinketed with the human racial out of Ben's opener and got himself a reset with a port. Looks like he's gonna go for a reset entirely. Fizz comes out with a Zoen, trying to see if he may be able to max up some damage versus Ben, but as soon as he sees the Thorns, backs up out of there completely. 7 minutes of the duel, 30% dampening. Ben is walking and just does one very, very fresh. Sensei rotating every defensive possible, trying to see if he can defuse some of that magic from Thorns with a Whirling Dragon Punch, but doesn't quite connect with Ben. Maim by the Feral Druid. This is a perfect opportunity for go full bleeds. Try to see if he can max him out right here. Sensei with a not defused, but rather a Aegis Stricken. I don't really know if there's much magic damage you can really reduce from Ben at this point, but he's trying to do the very best he can. Fist of Fury flying. This is going to be interrupt on the Flesh Cat. As the Cyclone comes out, this is going to be Ben able to force Sensei away from him. This is going to be all those dots with bleeds right now. Sensei could actually just go down. Is he going to be able to? He's trying to see if he can put pressure on Sensei. His man is trying to vivify. There's going to be quick clutch port. And Ben is just not giving him much of a breathing room. Quick rate to follow. Does he have the damage? Does he have the bite that he needs? It looks like he's just trying to keep him out in the open, letting the dots surround him. I think he's got him in a good spot. Unless Sensei survives it. Does he get a chance? Try to vivify. It looks like he's still able to keep himself alive with a BDB and a Karma reversal. Ben may have been overconfident here, but does Sensei still go down? He's still very low in health. Quick Berserk on the Sensei. Ben is just going to unleash the Berserk. Let the bleeds do work. That Karma is going to allow him a little bit extra defensive survivability here. Quick Maim. Sensei again blood up fully. It cap onto Ben. Sensei just cannot escape low health at all. These dots are just brutal, but Ben so far just hasn't committed that big old bite to finish him off. He's just letting dots do work, and Sensei just continuing just to run. He needs to get himself a vivify. Does he go down here? He's actually in such a tight situation. The Ben just will not finish the boy. He's just going to be hit. Stun, dots again, just not committing himself a big old bite. Flesh Cat gets interrupted. Sensei with Fist of Fury does get himself a heal last second, and there goes Ben finally committing a bite. I think he just wanted to let him bleed out and not use a single bite into the guy. I think he was just trying to let the dots do work, but it's like at this point just finish him. It's so close. I know it's almost was Sensei would look like turning around with Ben. Oh my god, with Ben at no help whatsoever, Chicago just blasts him out. And the last one left to do is Seamark. Dude, these duos have been going back and forth, and Seamark got himself a matchup where Chicago actually has an advantage here. Grounding Totem, Purge capabilities, you got that interrupt potential, but it's going to be Seamark trying to play the Venti or Burst, which does have the silence, and a root element once you get those mirrors stacked up. Chicago trinketing, that's going to be grounding totem for the poly. It's going to be able to remove a lot of the buffs from Seamark. That's going to be re-poly with the mirrors of torment this time. Grounding totem. Wait, how did that elemental pop out of nowhere? Where did he come from? Because Chicago was polyed. Huh? Oh, sorry, what? Looks like Seamark just trying to see if he may be able to get himself some procs with Chicago. And Chicago, as they heal, the mirrors of torment are going to give Seamark resources too. And that's going to be a silence perfect opportunity. Chicago moved a little bit. I don't know how that happened, but Seamark may be limited on what he can do. Trying not to get interrupted. Grounded totem really early. Does get interrupted. There we go. This is the perfect opportunity. Chicago is rooted. Now he can maybe go for big damage. Trying to see if he can make a play. Gonna be a thunder by Chicago. Wall for this damage. Trying to see if he can unleash the most arcane damage versus Chicago. Does have a wall for massive damage reduction. But Touch of Magic still on him. Could be mad damage. Does slam down, but it's not nearly as big as what he was able to turn around versus Seamark with a massive set of lightning bolts with a chain harvest on top of it. Seamark does end up surviving it with the ice block. That's going to be a quick poly over Chicago, trying to reestablish control. Now that Chicago doesn't have a wall, if Seamark can do this again in 45 seconds, which is the cooldown of Touch of the Magi, he may still be able to come out on top on this one. But again, it's a tough matchup. Grounding Totem, Range Interrupt, Purges, Ghost Wolf, all those things really do counter a mage in some way or another. And for Seamark, it's going to be down to like playing it as perfectly as possible. There's the tournament versus Chicago. Ruin of Power, Touch of Magic has the fastest casting speed in the world. What is that fastest casting speed? No more wall for Chicago. Do they survive this onslaught? Do they survive the burst? It's going to be grounding totem, dropped it down, but Seamark does eliminate it. And Chicago still has the Touch of Magic on him, could still be mad damage, does do quite a significant amount. Silence with the root, nowhere to go, can't really stop it. Big execute, does it take him out? Trying to get a interrupt, is he able to do it? Trying to see if he can finish, interrupt in the last second. Does he get the execute he needs right now? Oh my god, Chain Harvest keeping him alive. Are you kidding me? Through the execute, and there's a wall right now. You can't really stop him with those executes, and that's gonna see him trying to see if he can bail out of there. Goes in for food. Oh my god. With Ghost was up and running, Seamark got nothing left, just needs to survive the wolves. Oh, the Raptors just take him down. My goodness, they're so good at the end. Are you kidding me? If you told me that's what he was gonna start the stream to, I would have started the stream a lot earlier, man. That's so unfair, WTF, dude. They're so close. I got Class Heal so much. He literally just hard casted Chain Harvest at you. It's he hard casted. That's not even Maelstrom empowered either. And they nerfed it too. That's the nerf Chain Harvest. Are you kidding me? My god.